Celltropolis. Saito and Gina were the tiniest explorers in the universe. In their ship, the Cell Seeker, they arrived at the edge of a giant, wobbly sphere. It pulsed with soft colors and hummed with life. "Wow," whispered Saito, his face pressed to the glass. "This is the city of Celltropolis. What do you think is inside?" Gina studied her scanner. "The city wall is called a membrane," she said. "It decides what comes in and out. Look, I think it's welcoming us." A tiny tunnel opened on the surface, and, with a gentle whoosh, the Cell Seeker was pulled inside. The inside was a wonderland. They floated in a thick, jelly-like sea called cytoplasm, which was filled with floating shapes and colorful squiggles. "It's like the busiest town square ever," Saito laughed, steering the ship around a tiny, dot-like ribosome. Gina joined him, her own tether floating gently. "And that must be the mayor's office," she said, pointing to a huge, round building in the center of the cell. "That's the nucleus. It's the control center for the whole city." They drifted closer to the nucleus. Through its porous walls, they could see what looked like endless shelves of twisting, glowing blueprints. "That's the city's library," Gina explained in a hushed voice. "It's called DNA, and it holds the secret instructions for everything Celltropolis does." Saito looked around at all the activity. "But Gina," he asked, "where does all the energy come from? Who keeps the lights on and makes sure everything keeps moving?" This was the real mystery of Celltropolis. "An excellent question. Let's follow these highways," Gina suggested. She pointed to a vast network of folded pathways that snaked through the city. "This is the endoplasmic reticulum. It's the transportation system." The pathways led them to small, bean-shaped structures that were glowing brightly. They hummed and buzzed, pulsing with a powerful light. "Whoa," Saito breathed, his eyes wide with wonder. "What are those?" Gina's scanner beeped excitedly. "I've got it," she cheered. "These are the mitochondria. They're the power plants of the city. They turn food into pure energy for everything and everyone in Celltropolis." The first great mystery was solved. Saito and Gina looked out the window at the incredible, glowing city. It wasn't just one place, but a tiny, perfect world where every part had a special job, all powered by the mighty mitochondria. Saito pointed back to the endoplasmic reticulum. "Look, Gina, the highways are also factories." Tiny ribosomes dotted the pathways, busy building long, wiggly chains called proteins. "What are they making?" "Those proteins are like products for the city," Gina explained, "but they're not ready to be sent out yet." Just then, a small bubble, called a vesicle, pinched off from the ER, carrying a protein inside. "Let's follow that package." The vesicle floated through the cytoplasm until it reached a stack of flat, pancake-like sacs. "What's this place?" Saito wondered aloud. "It looks like a post office." Gina nodded, checking her charts. "You're right. This is the Golgi apparatus. It's the city's mailroom. It sorts, packages, and labels the proteins before sending them to their final destinations." Their little vesicle merged with one side of the Golgi. They watched as the protein traveled through the layers of the Golgi. It was folded and modified, then tucked into a new vesicle that butted off the other side. "It's been addressed and stamped, ready for delivery," Saito cheered. "But what about the city's trash?" Saito asked suddenly. "What happens to parts that get old or broken?" He pointed to a worn-out-looking structure floating nearby. Before Gina could answer, a small, round sphere zipped past them and swallowed the old part whole. "Whoa! What was that?" Saito exclaimed, jumping back from the window. Gina's scanner whirred. "That was a lysosome," she announced. "It's the city's cleanup and recycling crew. It breaks down waste and old parts into reusable materials for the city to use again." "So nothing goes to waste in Celltropolis," Saito said, amazed. "The city builds, powers, delivers, and even recycles itself. It's the most amazing place we've ever visited." With all the mysteries solved, Saito and Gina steered the Cell Seeker back towards the membrane wall. They knew they would never forget the incredible, self-sustaining city of Celltropolis, a tiny universe teeming with life.